Hey, Zach here. Excited to be joining you from the gym today. I am, if you don't know me, I'm the owner and creator of Game Man Thriving, along with my wonderful husband, Andrew Sartori. And as a core energy coach, I'm very familiar with how people show up energetically. And the title of this video is Staying High Vibe in a Low Vibe World. And I don't mean the world itself is in a low vibration. I would never say that. Hey, Andrew. Hey, babe. But the majority of the world population does operate in a low vibration, coming from primarily anger and aggression and worry and fear and stress and chaos. Let's face it, that is the majority of the population, especially here in the United States, and it's modeled for us all over the place. And I was just interacting with a friend of mine, someone I know, who is really struggling with feeling rejected and unwanted because of his HIV positive status. And for those of you who don't know, I was diagnosed as HIV positive in 2013 when I was around 31 years old. And I could relate to so much of what he was saying because when I was simultaneously diagnosed with HIV and AIDS, I felt like my life was completely over. And when I tried to get back into the dating world once I had rebuilt my health, I felt so judged and so shunned and so rejected because of my HIV status. And so the purpose of, and I'm going to circle back to the HIV thing, but the purpose of this video is to really talk to you guys about maintaining your personal power and your personal energy despite what's going on around you. And let's face it, from what I just said, the majority of people in this world, unfortunately, do operate in more of a stress reactionary, fight or flight, anger-based, aggressive-based energy. And so I know that we get to decide who we spend time with, but we can't control other people's reactions to us. We can't control other people's responses to us. And when we are being vulnerable, and when I was single, I wanted to let people know right away that I was HIV positive, and it hurt me so bad when people would say, oh, well, thanks for telling me, but now I'm not interested in dating you. Andrew says, hey, Ron. Andrew says, yes, there's been lots of judgment and stigma around HIV. Fortunately, more people are getting educated and losing the judgment. Yes, fortunately, that is the reality. And for those of you who don't know, undetectable means untransmittable. Being HIV positive isn't what it used to be. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk about how we get to decide how we react and respond to people. And we can pretty much, I'm a big advocate in not having expectations, but it's safe to say that we can expect that a lot of people out there might not always respond the way we want to. They might not always react the way we would like for them to. And in dating, this can be really challenging, not only for those who are HIV positive, but just for those of you who are wanting to make connections. There will be ghosters. There will be guys who are only looking for sex. There are guys on these apps that say they want more, but then they really just do want to hook up. So much of this is out of our control. And if we let these things affect us, it can greatly impact the quality of our life in a very negative way. And that's why I want to talk about taking your personal power back despite living in a low vibrational world, a low vibrational society. We have the power to not let these things affect us. And for my example, I let these messages when I was diagnosed with HIV many years ago, I let all of those messages affect me really negatively. And it's very understandable because I had my own self-judgments about what it meant to be HIV positive when I was diagnosed. And it affected me really greatly in a really negative way. But I had to learn the hard way that through a lot of trial and error, through a lot of falling on my face, a lot of just flailing, trying to figure things out, that I am so much more than an HIV positive man, and that my worth and my value does not have anything to do with my HIV status. In fact, that's just a teeny tiny piece of what makes me, me. And that's what I want my friend to understand, is that yes, you're HIV positive, and living in a community where people don't understand, it can make you want to give up. It can make you not want to try. Same thing for guys who experience the ghosters, or the people who just want sex when they're looking for more on these dating apps. When we experience a lot of negative feedback from other people, it can affect us in a really horrible way, and it can make us want to give up. It can make us want to not try. It can make us want to say, why bother? Everyone is judgmental. And then we go to absolutes and we start to think everyone is that way. This is the mistake that we cannot let ourselves make, because no, not everyone is judgmental about HIV status. My husband Andrew is a perfect example. Not everyone is just looking for sex. Not everyone is shallow and only wanting to date guys who look like models. I mean, there are such great guys out there, but we can't let the ones who are operating in a low vibration stop us from getting to where we want to go, wherever that is. We're all different. We're all on unique journeys, and no one's journey is any more important or valuable than anyone else's. But here we are in this world of chaos with so many things unknown, and it's so easy to let negative events give you a bad taste in your mouth. It's so easy to let experiences like feeling judged and feeling rejected cause you to want to give up and not try. And it's not easy. It's challenging as fuck sometimes when you have no evidence to prove that there are really great guys out there who are looking for what you're looking for, who aren't going to judge you based on your HIV status or the color of your skin or how masculine or feminine you are or how big your penis is. There are guys out there that aren't hung up on those things. But sadly enough, there are a lot of guys who are. And so what I want all of you to take out of this message is that we cannot give up. We cannot let other people define how we see ourselves. If I would have continued to wallow in self-doubt and self-pity when I was being rejected so much on the dating apps because of my HIV status, I would still be ruminating over all the things that led me to that place, and all of the shame and all of the guilt and feeling defeated and feeling like my life was over. That's how I felt. If I would have stayed in that place, I wouldn't have risen to where I am in the world right now. I wouldn't be married to the man of my dreams, living in my dream home, driving my dream car, living my dream career, because I didn't give up on myself. And then I also surrounded myself with a really amazing community of like-minded men, and I started fucking investing in myself and my personal growth and development. And I just want you guys to see and understand what's possible when you get out of your own way, because the only thing that was standing in my way of where I am today and where I was myself. And I know that is harsh. I'm not saying it like in a way of blaming or fault, because we're all doing the best that we can with what we've got. But I want to make sure that all of you know that we can't define ourselves based on how we believe other people see us. If we believe we're damaged goods and broken because of our HIV status, then that is how we live our life. If we believe that we're too old or too unattractive to be in a relationship, then that does become our reality. And we might believe those things are reasons why people don't want to be with us. And it gets really discouraging if we really believe those thoughts. But guys, I want to encourage all of you to challenge those fucked up beliefs. Challenge the concept that if you're HIV positive that you're damaged and broken. Challenge the concept if you think because you're in your 50s or 60s or older that you're too old to be in a relationship. I've worked with so many gay men who believed it was too late for them, believed it was over and they missed the bus. But once they changed their belief system, they started having really amazing active dating lives, and many of them have gotten into incredible relationships since then. This is what's possible, guys. And no, it's not always easy. And yes, a lot of times we need support, and that's what we do at Gay Man Thriving. We focus on helping each and every one of you gain your power back from the fears and the discouragement and the rejection and the heartache and the judgments that we all have faced. We've all faced these things. But if we let ourselves define how we see the world and how we see ourselves in the present moment and in the future, then we're really limiting ourselves. It's so important to not let other hurt people hurt us, because hurt people hurt people. Those guys that were mean to me on the dating apps, they were projecting when they were hurt by other people for other reasons. And it's a really sad, unfortunate thing, and most of the world does operate from this negative space. But you don't have to. You don't have to be defined by what other people do and say, because what other people think of you is none of your fucking business. And the sooner that you can really live that and embody that, I swear to God, the happier and more fulfilled you will start to become. And it's not something that we can snap our fingers and do. This is why we offer such great different levels of support in the Gay Man Thriving Academy, because it's hard to rewire your brain on your own. It's hard to choose to suddenly see life and see yourself from a different perspective, because there's lots of external blocks and internal blocks that we create for ourselves. But these are things that we can overcome no matter where you are in life. I was on my deathbed when I was diagnosed with HIV, and now I'm the healthiest I've ever been, strongest I've ever been. I feel more attractive and more vibrant and more alive than I've ever been. But that's because I chose to believe in myself, and I chose to work hard and then rapidly start growing when I started investing in myself. And this is what's available to all of you. I know that you all have different beliefs and different fears about how people might see you. And when we feel rejected or when you feel judged, then those voices get really loud and they tell you that's why. But we can't be defined by how other people see us, and more specifically, how we believe other people see us. Because if we feel defeated, we're gonna be defeated. But if we can learn to believe in ourselves and see what's possible and see what's out there, the world becomes your oyster, and it gets really fun and really exciting. And it's a matter of deciding that you are gonna define how you see yourself, that you get to be the master creator of your life. And that's what the men in High Vibe Partners and Energetic Attraction Coaching, and who are just recently doing the boot camp, that's what they're doing. There's so much that's possible, and I just want you to create the life that you want for yourself. It's not easy. It's not something we can just snap our fingers and do, but it's one day at a time, one baby step at a time. And if you're trying your hardest and you can't quite figure it out, then Gay Man Thriving Academy is for you. And I highly recommend that you type something in the comments for me to look at later so I can reach out to you and we can talk about how we can support you, because you get to decide how you live your life. And a lot of times we need some help. We need a push. We need some encouragement. And we need someone to show us how to break out of the old patterns that keep us doubting ourselves. As soon as you do, there's nothing more valuable in life than being able to have a really solid, really healthy, loving relationship with yourself, because that's going to impact all of the relationships that you have. I want all of you to, next time you get on a dating app and someone ghosts you or rejects you or says something mean to you, instead of taking it personal, think, wow, poor guy, he must be going through a lot to project that on me. Man, I really hope that guy that just ghosted me, I hope he figures his shit out. And appreciate that he showed you who he was and that you didn't get any further involved. We don't have to let things mean that we're not good enough. It's our negativity bias. It's how we're programmed. But we can unprogram these things. We can learn how to take our power back, and we can learn to be the master creator of our life. That's what I want for you, to know that it's possible. I know this video isn't going to help you overnight figure it all out, but I hope, if nothing else, this plants some seeds of possibility of what is available to you so that you can have the life that you desire. Well, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope this gives you some hope of what's possible for you. Again, don't let other people's negative experience bring you down. It's so easy to take things personal. It's so easy to let our energy drop and meet the rest of the world, because like energy attracts like energy. And when people are operating at a low vibration, it's natural for them to try to pull you down without it being intentional. And it's easy to let your energy drop. But once you learn how to maintain your power, to not take things personally, and to maintain that high vibration, you are unfazed, you are unaffected by other people. And that's what I want you all to be able to do. I want all gay men to be able to maintain their personal power and to be strong and confident and vibrant and alive. But we have to believe in ourselves first. And to do that, we have to stop letting ourselves be defined by how we see other people see us. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks for joining me, and bye for now.